Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports, and make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit like, and make sure you hit the freaking notification button, because now what we're going to talk about is Giannis versus Embiid, and not just one-on-one. I'm talking about the MVP conversation, because last night Giannis dropped 50 points, and it's not the first time he's done this. But now, all of a sudden, it's kind of like, okay, who are you going to pick for MVP? If it came down to those two, who are you going to pick for MVP? I'll leave that answer to you. So just check this clip out and tell me what you think.
Completely on board, Perk, because I could name 2 years where LeBron James should have won at least 2 other MVPs. The year Derrick Rose, he was a very worthy candidate. I thought LeBron was the MVP that year. But listen, Giannis is in the conversation. There's no question about it. I've spent the better part of the last 2 months thinking this was a race between 2 guys. I know who she's got, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Don't dismiss what Nikola is doing out in the Western Conference with a team that has been without major pieces for much of the year. But Giannis Antetokounmpo, here's where you should be afraid if you're the NBA. I lost my mind a little bit this year, Perk, when I said he was going to shoot 35% from 3. Malika needed to hit me with that ring when I predicted he was going to do that. But here's your problem if you're the NBA. In December, Giannis shot 33% on jump shots. In January, 36, and in February, 48. He's a problem, 48. And he's becoming a bigger problem. But he's absolutely in the MVP, and here's why. If you look at NBA.com, Perk, they have him as the lead candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Like, don't forget what he's doing that side, Moan.
Well, Tim Bontemps always sends around his straw poll, right? And, at the quarter marks, right? And he just sent one of those. And it got me thinking, like, I haven't beaten Jokic 1-2 right now. Number 3, I had to put Chris Paul there. I mean, look what the Phoenix Suns are doing. Did you watch the game last night and the way he closed that out?
Captain clutch.
Every time. But Giannis has been on every single one of those ballots. Always top 5, but like as you say, Perk, I think people forget his greatness. I think we get used to it, and his seasons get compared against other seasons, other great seasons that he's had. But this is going to be a long one. I mean, a couple months ago we were talking Steph Curry's MVP, then Kevin Durant. It's a little like last year where it might be last man standing. But I think Giannis has always been in the top 5. The question is, does he jump over Embiid, Jokic, Chris Paul, John Morant?
She makes a great point about Phoenix because they're 23-3 in the clutch. What's happening down the stretch of games that were possession ball game? Unbelievable.
And it's also something that you can't take for granted, Doris Burke, because that's another thing. Like Giannis's greatness, Chris Paul has been so good in the clutch that you have to make sure to still appreciate his magic. But I was having this conversation with Mike Wilbon and Jalen Rose the other day about who is the greatest international player ever. And Hakeem Olajuwon was still at the top of both of their lists. And Jalen Rose said by a large amount. And I said, are you sure? Because there's only been 3 players ever to win Finals MVP, MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. Hakeem, Michael Jordan, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow.
So Giannis is coming. He is up on his heels. But this isn't just about Giannis, as we saw in the finals last year, Doris. So who else are you watching on this Bucks roster?
Well, I think the one key addition, when you think about Pat Connaughton, who's now out of the lineup, they need some defensive help. You traded away Dante DiVincenzo, who is exceptional defensively and multi-positional defensively. The pickup of DeAndre Bembry is a big deal to me. Think about what he did for the Brooklyn Nets. He raised their level defensively. Again, a guy who can guard cross-positionally. You're never going to draw a play for him, but is he opportunistic in transition, which they want to be? Yes. Can he make an open 3 that Giannis is going to generate? No question about it. I just think this is a big pickup for a team that is down a big-time piece in Pat Connaughton. I love the addition.
Absolutely.
And you told me there's 2 roster spots open still.
Yeah, they still have 2 open roster spots, and that is after officially signing DeAndre Bembry today.
So basically, there you have it. It's like Big Perk said, he was never out of the discussion. It was, everybody was basically, had the media and everything had their attention to Joel Embiid. Rightfully so. Joel Embiid is playing out of his freaking mind. But let's not forget, Giannis is a killer too. And at the end of the day, you have to give consideration to this guy because, he's a former MVP, he's former champion. And the Bucks are actually ramping up because they've been linked to that Embry guy. I don't believe he has signed, but he's given a verbal confirmation. as well as Dragic. Now, if this happens, these two moves, let's not forget, they pulled off Serge Ibaka at the trade deadline as well. So if this move happens where the two individuals, Embry and Dragic, come on to the Bucks, they got a good chance of repeating. So I'll leave this to you guys, and you tell me what you think. Is Giannis in the same discussion for MVP as Joel Embiid? A. And does who would you vote for? If it came down to those two individuals, who would you vote for? Joel Embiid or Giannis? Leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit notification. Tell all your neighbors, whatever you got to do. Make sure you hit this and check this clip out. And yeah, let me know what you think. Remember, guys, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. Joel or Giannis? This is Jag from Jaggy Sports. Catch you guys next time.